Syria, Danish media. Nice. Good going, you fool. Pat yourselves on the back and then never go back on, at least for a week. Take a break. A group of thieves try to catch a man they suspected of preying on minors. Then he kidnapped one of them, police say. You want to try and catch me? I'll catch you. Outrageous billboard for Terminator film is erected outside abortion clinic. It's just sad. That's just bad.
That's just funny. Terminator. Not the children! Gonna keep up a good pace. Dropped him on his butt. Boom. Good body kick. Just gotta keep up a good and even pace. Heck fails. I want to check this out. A video that did not block that liver shot. That liver. Oh god. God, we're gonna step back. I was putting up such a good fight as well.
It is okay to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you feel like you need to talk to someone about it. And by that, I mean going to therapy.
Right. Are you ready for some drama? Welcome to my top 21 most painful tech fails of the entire decade. From just inadequate to catastrophic. Spoiler alert, this is the first time we've ever had a 10 out of 10 fail on one of these lists. Okay, so in 2018, LG revolutionized the way that humans interacted with robots. Just not in a good way. I was actually sitting here in this crowd when they showed to the world LG Chloe, one robot to manage your entire home. And never in my life have I seen excitement turn into so much cringe I want to disappear into my chair this quickly.
Am I ready on my Washburn cycle?
He asked a question to it, and for 5 of the longest seconds of my entire life, the whole audience just sat there, eyes wide, waiting to see what this next generation of robots was about to do. We're still waiting, but it only started to get really awkward when he then tried again for a second time.
Chloe, what's for dinner tonight?
Fair play to the guy on stage. He tried to play it off like the robot was just angry at him, but by the time he got blanked for the 3rd time...
Chloe, are you talking to me yet? What recipes could I make with chicken?
The entire audience was just laughing. So, I'm giving LG Chloe a 2 out of 10 on the fail scale. Now, when I say the word smartphone to you, what do you think of? Some sort of rectangular glass sandwich, right? Well, the runcible is what you get when you defy that convention. Or really, to be more specific, it's what you get when you defy every convention. It was world's first circular smartphone. It ditched glass construction for wood. It was even fully user-upgradable for sustainability. It's just, it couldn't make phone calls. If you look at the small print on the website, they refer to it as a very small tablet. Which is fine, but what kind of tablet content am I going to consume on a 2.5-inch circular display? 2 out of 10. Anyways, did you know that in 2016, Microsoft created a Twitter account that used artificial intelligence to learn how to talk like a human? They called her Tay, and they said to people, the more you talk to her, the smarter she becomes. Well, in 24 hours, Tay was tweeting some of the most horrific racial slurs on the platform. When she was created, she started off by saying humans were super cool and how she was stoked to meet us. But in less than 1 day, she was trying to start a race war. I'm not even exaggerating. She was swearing, she was quoting Hitler. Because she was learning from every single conversation, the wider population started abusing that, teaching her to say things which were just completely out of order. Tay was sophisticated enough to pick up how humans talked, but she wasn't sophisticated enough to know when she was being led on. And so within 24 hours of being up, Tay was cancelled, which feels like a pretty good general summary of Twitter right now. And a pretty alarming example of why we've got to be so careful with how much power we give to AI. So, pretty easy 3 out of 10 fail for this one. And by the way, this video was sponsored by Huel. Got something pretty cool to show you at the end for this, to show the that too. And of course, except when they actually tested it, oh my god, they broke it. And they then did what seems to be a common theme here. They tried again. They picked up the same ball, this time threw it at the rear window, and they broke that too. And of course, this clip became the most viewed video about the Cybertruck by a long shot. There are still plenty of people who are excited about this car, but that was awkward. Okay, let's do a rapid fire round for Google here.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes. Let's go. First of all, with the Nexus 2, it is a media streamer. Basically, on your phone, display content on your TV. Think Chromecast. Only worse. It was wildly expensive at $300. You could only stream Google content, like Google Play Music. It was also dead, and the New York Times described this as wildly overbuilt or as limited functions, which is not the kind of review that any brand wants. But even more disappointing is Google Plus. Because unlike the Nexus 2, which just kind of came out of nowhere and then flopped, we were excited about this. Google made trailers and hits, showing us the world that we were about to step into. They showed 4 people wearing glass jumping onto a plane, whilst all still having a Google Hangouts chat. However, there is such thing as being too early. Google was trying to merge the digital and the physical worlds before the tech was really able to. And so for almost everything it did, it just had a massive asterisk next to it. You can probably imagine that this whole concept of dropping $1,500 to eventually beta test a product, that everything your phone did but worse, did not fit well with the average consumer. And the final Google blunder, at least for this video, is failure. I remember watching this thing get announced. This whole idea of you being able to just watch some gameplay on YouTube, and if you like the look of it, hit one button and jump into that game yourself. All being powered by your internet browser with no downloads and no console movement. I remember nearly spitting my drink out all over my keyboard because, whoa, it's just trying to stream a game has a lot more complications than trying to stream a movie or a song. Most notably, think about it, that every single time I press a key on my controller, that command has to be transmitted wirelessly to my computer. It then got to find its way all the way towards the servers that are hosting this game, which were often not supposed at all. Process that command to produce an output, and then send that next frame all the way back down to my computer so that I can see what's happening next. Or to put it in a more visual way, this is kind of what the gameplay looks like, and this is on with high-speed internet connection. Internet was only one of Stadia's many problems, but we do need to cover other things in Stadia too, like the Wii U. Made it. Thank you. You remember the Wii, right? That console, even though it was about half as my fridge, it changed gaming forever. It was the first time that I'd ever seen 3-year-old kids playing the same games as their 70-year-old grandparents, with both groups loving it. So it's kind of crazy that Nintendo could go straight from highs like this to lows like this. 6 years after the Wii, they decided it's time for its next-gen successor. A console that you could just play normally on your TV, but also with the option to play the entire games using just this new controller with its built-in screen, so other people can use the TV at the same time. I don't think it was a terrible idea. It's just, it was executed with all the elegance of a Galaxy Note 7 4 explosion. There were plenty of issues, but I'd say the primary culprit is just the fact that they called it the Wii U. What does that even mean? And more importantly, doesn't that just make it sound like it's an add-on to the existing Wii?
Yep.
Even CNN's First Impressions article of the Wii U called it a solid accessory. That's the equivalent of saying the PlayStation 5 is a solid accessory to the PlayStation 4. CNN. So, easy 5 out of 10 fail here. The Wii U was a colossal flop. Then, to be honest, if Nintendo hadn't turned things around with the Switch that came after, this could have been the beginning of the end for them. But, as we've learned from these videos, you can always do worse. So, in 2012, this little box was going viral. Imagine this lady telling you that she was creating a console called the Ouya that for just $99 could play tens of thousands of games, including Minecraft, platformers, shooters, mostly for free. You'd be pretty excited. I mean, just the idea of a console at that kind of price is unheard of. And so it's almost not surprising that Ouya became the second most funded project on Kickstarter, with almost $9 million behind it. But when Ouya finally shipped, it became very clear that its biggest perceived strength was also kind of its biggest weakness. Because it was based on Android, yes, you were getting tens of thousands of games. But what was kind of glossed over was the fact that these were fundamentally games made for phones. At the time, in 2012, very few of them had good controller support. Most of them were just cheaply made with in-app purchases. Plus, when you blow up games that were made for a 4-inch 2012 phone screen or 40-inch TV, people quickly realized that even calling this a current-gen console was really a push. Alrighty, now for the smart home. Or, in this case, the not very smart home. Picture this, it's 2013, Sony's just announced a PlayStation 4, people are showing off their iPhone 5Cs, jokes on them really, and you feel like making a change in your life. Well, look at you, Zero has come up with a machine that can squeeze you your very own fresh fruit juices. If you buy the machine for $700, and then pay a subscription to get these sachets of cut-up fruit juice with it. Do you want to make a funny bit of it? You didn't need the machine. Bloomberg posted a 1-minute video showing how they could actually get the exact same juice but faster by squeezing the sachets by hand. And this 1-minute video pretty much brought down the entire operation. And if you are enjoying this video, then it's up to the channel would be juicy. And that was where it starts to get dangerous. There's a company called June. They made smart ovens, and they have genuinely turned what could often be a pretty gross appliance into a piece of art. But people quickly found out that their June ovens, at least the first generation of them, could spontaneously turn themselves on and start heating up. Imagine sitting in your bed at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, and suddenly your oven just randomly hits 200 degrees Celsius in the kitchen below, with no one there to oversee it. That's kind of scary. If there was any food still left in there, or even really scraps from past meals, even have to stop the house fire. June did fix this with software updates. Thanks. You want a level above that, the Amazon Ring security system. No, literally, a security system that puts people at risk. Good job, Amazon. You see, what happened was these cameras allowed users to fully see and hear what's happening in any room at any time. And sure, that's incredibly useful. But because such high-level access was only protected by a simple username and password, they could be hacked. Imagine sitting there in your living room with your family when all of a sudden you hear a voice coming through your security camera.
Pay the 50 Bitcoin ransom or else you will get terminated yourself right now.
And you realize that the entire time...
Pay us 50 Bitcoin or we will terminate your life. You sound like you're from India. No, we are not in India. I said from, but I'm gonna guess you are in India. No, we are not in India. Pay us with 50 Bitcoin. What's my address? 1-800-953-5555. Not even close to an actual address. You just read off a random phone number, didn't you? No? Okay. You know what? I'll give you my number so you can then go ahead and find me. Okay? Okay? 911. 911. Oh, what's your emergency? I've been given the wrong phone number. What is that? Oh, well, I tried to hack someone and then they went ahead and gave me this number saying that they would help me find it where they lived. You're very wait. You tried to hack someone? Yes?
Someone's been
Where do this? Ah, here?
Yes,
sure.
These hackers would threaten and sometimes even blackmail the families they were looking at. There was one famous incident where there was an old lady in the apartment and a voice said to her, "Tonight you've done." Oh yeah, and also the Amazon Ring smart doorbells, the company product for the cameras, they started spontaneously bursting into flames. So, quite the duo. I mean, obviously this wasn't Amazon's fault, and they did address it with a software update, but what a horrendous oversight. Okay, do you remember when segways and hoverboards were like the coolest thing on the planet?
Yeah.
How it finally felt like we figured out a solution to walking. Where did it go? Well, we found out the hard way that segways were dangerous. You lose focus for just 1 second and you're either in a ditch, a road, or you've already knocked someone over. Even the President of the United States was seen falling off one of these. And then this right here shows when a cameraman managed to plow straight into Usain Bolt, world's fastest sprinter. Or, at least he was before that. It's actually kind of sad. You know, the owner of the Segway company in 2010, he actually drove a Segway off a cliff, and he died. You know, I was actually going to make an entrance to this video on a Segway, but then partway through doing it, the battery ran out, and I fell nearly face first on the ground. they're dangerous. And so it's not really surprising that a lot of governments got involved and basically started banning their use in public spaces. And what
Makes
really
sense.
helped was that many of these supposed hoverboards, which, let's be honest, were just boards, they started catching on fire.
Yep.
500,000 of them had to be recalled, which, let's face it, that's enough to ruin any potentially up-and-coming product. So, this is definitely a 7 out of 10 territory. And that leaves us with a few major social media fails leading up to the big number one. And we'll start with our good friends at Facebook. Okay, it's 2018.
Good old
Facebook has just
Bezos.
had one of the biggest data breaches of all time, affecting 50 million users. Not to mention, arguably the biggest tech scam of the decade, where
Zuckerberg. That is Zuckerberg. I just said good old Bezos. I'm stupid.
users' data was extracted from Facebook to be used for political advertising. What a great time to launch a massive Facebook-branded always-on camera, screen, and microphone to sit in people's homes. They called it the Facebook Portal. It wasn't good. In fact, it was actually referred to as the worst tech device of the year, and it was kind of a turning point for a lot of
Not
people who
Nintendo Wii U.
realized that they
So,
did not trust Facebook.
definitely horrible.
And what makes it worse is that in an interview less than 6 months later, Mark Zuckerberg himself, when trying to give an example of what would be considered going too far when it comes to the invasion of privacy, he said, "We definitely don't want a society where there's a camera in everyone's living room." And while we're at it with Facebook, you might remember that recent January WhatsApp update.
Yep.
They came completely out of the blue with a notification saying that their terms of service had been updated. But they could have worded this a little better. What it came across as was that this update allowed WhatsApp to share its data with Facebook. And people were furious. Because, of course,
Wasn't
the
it the other way
implication
around?
was that even when you think you're having a private chat with someone, that data is not just not private, but it's actually going to be used to give you even more scarily accurate adverts. Now, given the reputation that Facebook already had at this point, they did not need this. Millions of users started boycotting WhatsApp, and millions not just uninstalled it, but went to competing apps like Signal, and got their entire social group to do the same. Fun fact, I actually got asked to be on radio here in the UK, just to talk to people about the best apps they could switch to. And WhatsApp would come out afterwards and say, "Hey, guys, it was a misunderstanding. We didn't mean to do that. We don't share data with Facebook." But that almost makes it more of a fail. They nuked a massive part of their user base just because they couldn't structure their sentences clearly. So that puts this in definite 7 out of 10 territory. And then we've got YouTube. We've got a lot to be grateful for on YouTube. I mean, they're the only reason that I'm able to sit here and talk to you like this. It's amazing. But the one thing that I think we can agree isn't is Rewind. So
YouTube Rewind. Which one, though? Just try it, yeah.
it's become a bit of a tradition that once per year, YouTube creates a mashup of the most memorable moments that happened on YouTube. And people used to love it. Just being able to see your favorite influencers who never normally would have interacted, dancing together in a room. It's like a really fun version of an award ceremony. But YouTube has progressively killed that sentiment. Instead of the usual 95% like to dislike ratio, as soon as we hit 2016, people started disliking Rewind. This video had something like 87% likes, which is enough to know that something's off. But then 2017 had 68% likes, and 2018 had 13.8% likes. And it's still the most disliked video on the entire internet. How does YouTube themselves do that wrong? Well, it seems like the answer is that they've become disconnected from their creators. Like this 2018 Rewind, it started with Will Smith, who YouTube probably got in there because they thought, well, this will make us seem legit.
Fortnite and Marquez Brown.
But actually everyone watching this was just thinking, why is Will Smith
Yeah.
in a YouTube Rewind? And the whole video just went on about a bunch of stuff that was kind of significant, but it ignored an alarming amount of the really big stuff. Maybe YouTube just wants YouTube to seem like a really family-friendly platform. And so they skipped over all the drama and the controversy, but as far as the viewer and as far as the creators are concerned, that's what makes YouTube YouTube. And so Rewind starts to feel less like a one-off super special video that everyone got amped up for, more just like a feel-good PG-rated trailer for YouTube as a service. And don't even get me started on the 2019 Rewind, which was just a countdown of videos that did well, and the 2021, it
Doesn't
didn't
exist.
actually happen. So, you know, if
They canceled Rewind, if I remember correctly. Welcome to the Hospital, a parody of that one guy that made Welcome to the Internet.
Come to the hospital, have a look around. Every etiology of illness can be found. We've got mountains of patients, some sick and some worse. If none of them can educate you, you be deferred. Welcome to the hospital, come and take a seat. We have lots of Keurig coffee and free sandwiches to eat. There's no need to worry, you have our support. You're at a high risk of depression, of course. Welcome to the hospital, what would you prefer? Would you like to place a central line or treat a bony spur? Be challenged, stay focused, you'll constantly dumb. And by your graduation, totally numb. Welcome to the hospital. Keep this man alive. He is on a ventilator, every pressure to survive. He is septic, he's brain dead, 105. With a bunch of angry panic children that can't agree on a reasonable goal of care plan for him. Welcome to the hospital. Get to know the face, cause at home the bandage through his plastic bed in your face. You are covered in his urine, he just threw some more. Now order pain meds and admit him to floors. Walk a manic sanguine, if he's got go home and ring. Give us all your nights and weekends, trying bathrooms at the sink. Treat a stabbing from the rapid, make a habit out of napping. Nasal pack and epistaxis, take a crack at disinfecting in your ear. A meditation lecture, mandatory course. Get accosted by a family, be mistaken for a nurse. With both of your midline D's living here to serve for fractions of the salary you actually deserve. Can I interest you all of the time? A little bit of certitude all of the time. Happiness and tragedy, illness and crime. You know that it is all of the time. Could I interest you in working here all of the time? A little bit of certitude all of the time. Happiness is tragedy, and wellness is a crime. You know that it is all of the time.
Die.
Wasn't always like this. Not very long ago, between you and me, back before the unions and ACGME, we would cap our shifts at 36 with call days Q2. But now it's nice, paradise waiting for you. You insatiable you. You are coming off vacation at the end of June, and you finished your time at that medical school. Now look at you. Look at you. Incredible energy. Contract bound, you're interns now. Look at how you grew. And we stick together.
Take him down and get on top.
It was always the plan to put the world in your hand. the time. Could I interest you in working here all of the time? A little bit of servitude all of the time. Happiness is tragedy and wellness is a crime. You can be a resident and you can be a resident and you can be a resident for all of the time.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna mute and listen to music.
it's over. Ready. Ready.
I have returned. I used a dumb phone for 30 days. I can watch that later.
Here's why doctors, nurses, and patients
urge you to vote no on Prop 29.
29 would shut down dialysis clinics, risking my life and the lives of 80,000 other dialysis patients.
Please vote no on 29.
Anderson Silva in the white spectacle of the year tonight live on pay-per-view.
Ah, that's today.
Match with Alexa. How many people make dumb Alexa play song jokes to you? I've deleted Tinder too many times because of it. Dang, that's so sad. Alexa, add cry to my to-do list. Mary, 19. Just a simple Amish girl on Rumspringa looking to lose her virginity. I want you to plow me harder than Jedediah plows the fields. Ooh. Ooh.
That's impossible.
Mary, quite contrary. Andre's 30 years old. He's a lawyer and he went to Harvard Law School. In town for the week. And the week after that. Probably the following week too. I live here and don't really have anywhere else to go. Horoscope girls be like, hey, I'm sorry I cheated on you and screwed your dad, but I'm an asparagus. It's just how I am. Hey, how you doing? Just got my butt ate. She capitalized A. What am I supposed to do? Just got my butt ate. What a goddamn fast. Not even gonna lie, I could totally go for my tongue in your butt right now. Wow, this usually never works. LMAO, really? Girls who don't like a tongue in their butt aren't fun. Okay, well, can I put my tongue in your butt? I'm being serious. Answer the frickin' question, damn it. Me when I installed Tinder for the 764th time, people keep asking if I'm back. And I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. You matched with Anthony. I have bad news. Already? The doctor called. Oh no. He said I'm suffering from a lack of vitamin U. They're real and they're spectacular. Thanks, Tits McGee. Jokes? Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? The P is silent. Nah, bro, because they're extinct, dummy. Idiot, you're an idiot. Marissa, more like moron, Issa.
Funny.
Got him. Bumble asked me if I needed a good opener. I do, but why don't you go first? The Uno reverse card. Ooh-wee. Well, okay, that's a good one. Hello, nice to meet you.
Got him.
This is my business card, and it's a link to dirtycode.io. What the actual frick is wrong with you? The link this man sent me is a series of images of an illustration of what his wiener looks like. It also has graphs of how much he finishes and diagrams of his favorite sex positions. It is honestly the most grim thing I've ever received on Tinder. Carla's 20 years old and she says, can't speak French, but I can handle your wee-wee. Je ne parle pas français. Je ne parle pas français. I do not speak French, my friend. Casey, 19. Stats. HP, 5. XP, 2. Strength, 1. Intellect, 3. Charisma, 4. Weapon of choice, big old knife. Felisa's 26. You want a tramp? 5-1. You want a queen? Earn her. So, how much do you charge? I don't think CEOs don't. Please recycle. Thank you, Jennifer. Christopher's 26 years old. Do you like cuddles? Do you like cheesy jokes? Are you lonely? Then this Christopher model is for you. The Christopher comes equipped with the following. Cheesy jokes, cuddle mode, listen mode, can be buggy, self-learning technology, state-of-the-art penis technology. Act fast and order your Christopher now. Only one left in stock. Batteries not included. Penis size may vary. Ugly in person. Hit me with your
Ugly in person.
claim
Oh!
climate change. Elimination of the human race. You remind me of my uncle. Want to smash? Just kidding. I just want to grab some coffee with you. Jesus, your uncle must have quite the bod. In spite of all the childhood trauma, he is pretty ripped. This is bad. That's what I said to my uncle, but he just didn't listen.
This round.
Thanks, Daniela.
Let it go.
Thanks for giving him the opening to make that one-liner. Yogurt, cereal, ice cream, Maddie from Tinder. I'm making a list of all the things I want to spoon later.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Consent.
I, Maddie, hereby consent to being spooned by blank from Tinder.
When all the girls who say
Okay, that is
"Dog,
something
your
you need.
picture," I'll swipe
Yeah, he
right.
did get it.
Swipe right. Those bastards lied to me. Sorry, old man. I would milk you like a cow. Please fill my mouth with your cream. I can do that. What's your step? Will you be my cow? If that means nutting in your mouth, moo moo, bruh. Take me out to the pasture, you son of a bitch.
Hey, good job.
Everyone calls me Ann, but you can call me Tonight. Hi, Tonight, I'm Dad. Got him.
30 seconds.
Oh.
Let's go.
Hey, Victoria. This is an automated message to remind you of your upcoming Netflix and chill appointment in the next week. To confirm your appointment, text Yes Daddy. To unsubscribe, please text Wrong Home. Standard text and bill rates do apply. Thank you for choosing Slide in Yo DM. Oh my god, I've never seen this. Message unrecognized. Please confirm with Yes Daddy. To unsubscribe, text Wrong Home. Yes Daddy.
Well, you say you like dark humor,
Yeah.
so do you want to hear a nice, friendly joke for a change?
Sure, go ahead.
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
I know where this is going, but I'll give you the satisfaction of saying it.
You may think it be R, but his true love be the C. Frickin' got him, LMAO.
OMG, 10 out of 10 for the twist. That's brilliant.
My favorite joke. It trumps all of my dark jokes, I think.
I think it trumps all of mine. You set the standard too high for this conversation. Don't expect me to be funny. I've already failed.
22 years old.
Don't worry, you're pretty funny enough.
My head like Ronaldo. No,
Yes, I'm making fun of you.
Jesus. No more positions than Milner. More men in my book than Mike Dean. Don't bike like Suarez.
round,
Suck
just
wiener
wanna
like
see
a
heavy
champ.
punches.
Did
Let
you
it
get
go.
home? Yeah, I did, but now my phone was dead, so it took a while.
Nice
Oh my
punch.
God, you could
Nice
have died. The only people who had the opportunity to kill me were people going to work and a cat.
How do you know?
Well, you're right. The cat did look pretty dangerous.
Tinder dog 18? Tell me your needs. Ask me for advice. Ask for pickup lines. I've got you either way, my dude.
I gotta get Tinder Dog for
I
me.
love Tinder Doggo. Always great to come across.
Pressure on him.
LOL, well, you do have a great smile.
I can assure you, it's not great in person, but
I can speak English really well, so that's something. Should I be surprised that you speak English?
it's my main talent.
Do you speak any other languages?
I do not. I am a hopeless romantic looking for a cute, simple relationship.
Punch. Yes.
I will steal your
Yes,
sweatshirts.
yes.
I love escape
For the
rooms.
bruise.
Jesus is my friend.
Go, baby,
I've
let's
also
go.
never seen The Notebook or Game of Thrones. I made an escape room in my basement. No one ever won yet.
Wow.
Come on now.
Background.
We
Her
got
bio
Again,
says,
wow.
got my heart broke by a Tinder boy, ready for the next. Mine says, ex-gymnast, impossible, your next ex. Ready for the next, and I'm ready for my ex. It's a one-week relationship made in heaven.
Let's frickin' go.
Well, Abby, I just have one question. How do you feel about subpar conversation and
Here we
mediocre
go.
smashing?
That's how we do
My
it.
favorite.
Welcome to the crap show! Oh,
Woo!
God. Does this mean I have to start carrying a bookmark if I don't want to lose you?
Wow. Funny.
Oh, man, you probably get that a lot, don't you?
No, actually, I've never heard that one.
Dang, well, I noticed that most pages have numbers, but I didn't happen to catch yours.
Holy crap.
You deserve that. And it's her phone number. We got it, boys.
Yeah!
And to act like our feet are greased up and just slide in. Queenie's 24. My superpower is that I don't have a gag reflex. At first, when people found out, they just called me a freak. Now they just call me all the time. This Templar's 23. He's a knight at the Catholic Church, and he studied at the Kingdom of Jerusalem. I am usually busy slaughtering.
You can listen to this video. I gotta go to the bathroom and
I
get
love
a
riding
drink.
my horse and screwing stuff up for the glory of God. I do like to chill out, though. I read the Holy Scriptures and sometimes clean the blood off my sword. I find it very relaxing. I have a pretty full-on job taking back the Holy Land. I'm just kind of seeing what's about at the moment. Hit me up. I don't do Insta because I keep getting banned. Day is full. Me reading about 90% of matches not responding. You guys are getting matches? Carolyn's 22. Looking for someone to be my right-hand man. Ka-ching, ain't that a funny joke? Give me a topic, any topic, and I'll make a pickup line out of it. Hawaii pizza is the best pizza ever. Oh boy, you couldn't be more wrong, but I made a promise, so... Hey girl, you clearly into making bad decisions about what to put in your mouth, so how about a night with me? Oh, Kara, I'm dying right now. Okay, so that's a good sign, I hope. You made my night, man. You can make his by putting him in your mouth. Do you know the pools on the Titanic still have water in them? Because they're underwater? No, it's science. Your explanation is too easy.
Sorry, did I ruin it for you?
No, the Titanic's a bad icebreaker anyway. Ria's 21.
You should date me because I won't walk out of your life.
That's fair, but I also see you're out of your chair. You're not gonna be walking. You're not gonna be walking anywhere, stupid. So we got a big old wagon with some painted things on the pocket. Hey, Michaela, I like those jeans with the painted pockets. I'm a bit of an artist myself. However, I would have a much different method of painting those cheeks,
Thank you, and you could do whatever you want.
including clapping those cheeks.
So I've got my essay written, and I've been working on it for about a week. So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit. Okay, so here's my essay, and I'm going to click through Grammarly suggestions in the right panel. Your sentence may be unclear or hard to follow. Consider rephrasing. That's true. This is much better. I didn't know my writing contained so many run-on sentences until I started using Grammarly. Okay, this paragraph may be too long. Consider starting a new one here. It is too long. And that is the perfect spot to break it up. Let's add a comma here. Affect and effect always get me. Okay, so now we're done editing, and now it's time to check for plagiarism. And looks like I forgot to add a citation here. It's good looking out. Grammarly gives me peace of mind when I'm writing, but what I like more is that it's also teaching me how to write and communicate better. So if you're a student, you're going to be happy you got Grammarly.
Welcome to week 2 of our sermon series, Let's Be Clear. And we're being clear about abuse. Abuse happens in this fallen world. There are bad things that happen, and I know that a lot of times when those bad things happen, when abuse happens, that people begin to doubt God's love. They doubt God's care. Bad things do happen, but that doesn't mean that God is unaware or uncaring. This is what the Bible tells us with regard to God and his perspective on abuse. He does not take it lightly. Luke 17, verses 1 through 4. Jesus said to his disciples, "Things that cause people to stumble are bound to come, but woe to anyone through whom they come. It would be better for them to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around their neck than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. So watch yourselves. If your brother or sister sins against you, rebuke them. And if they repent, forgive them. Even if they sin against you 7 times in a day and 7 times come back to you saying, 'I repent,' you must forgive them." Our focus is on dealing with victims of abuse. And a lot of times when we're dealing with victims of abuse, we skip verses 1, 2, and 3 of the passage I just read and go straight to verse 4, and we let the victim of abuse know, you must forgive them, you must forgive them. Why do you think we immediately jump to verse 4? Why do we go there with an emphasis on the abused forgiving the abuser? I can tell you one of the major reasons is that that's where the abuser wants the focus to be, on the abused forgiving the abuser. And this is where the abusive leader wants the church or the people who are abused in any environment, church or outside of the church, to be focused on, forgiving the abuser. And this is where the church or ministry that is more concerned about its own reputation, its own brand, wants the focus to be. They don't want it to be on the abuse or the pain that has been caused by the abuser. As you probably know, my daughter has been the victim of abuse, and she is coming forward with her story, and she's sharing it with us as part of this series. So right now, let's watch my daughter, Anna, and what she has to say.
A lot of times, abuse brings confusion.
When we think of vulnerable people or people who may be abused, we never categorize it as something that can happen to us. We think, not me, not my children, not my family, and not in my church. There's a reason why so many people don't come forward. But there's nothing shameful about being a victim, about being vulnerable. It can happen to anyone. Wade Mullen wrote a book called Something's Not Right, Decoding the Hidden Tactics of Abuse and Freeing Yourself from Its Power. The beginning of his title summarizes what a lot of abusive situations start off like. Something feels off, something doesn't seem quite right, and that's because wolves dressed in sheep's clothing bring confusion. They're pretending to be someone they aren't. They're manipulators. They not only manipulate the victim, but many times the whole community as well. Abuse when you're in it or after it can feel confusing. It feels wrong and not right, but it can be hard to pinpoint or even admit that it's happening. It comes with a lot of shame, even though it's not your fault and has nothing to do with who you are. When I was a kid, I didn't come forward for a lot of reasons. I was young, so I didn't understand what was happening. I just knew it was wrong. I thought I would ruin his future and disrupt my life and the lives of both of our family and friends. I didn't even understand what the word abuse was, except that surely it wouldn't happen to someone like me. And as an adult, an 18-year-old, it wasn't much different. I understood I was violated, but the same fears around it and confronting it consumed me. I thought, why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? Would they even believe me? Would my voice be valued? Would I be protected? And would I be ruining his family? Even using the words abuse and assault themselves feel daunting. They seem like words to describe something that happens to someone else on the news and not to us. It could take quite a bit of time and counseling to be able to use the words to describe what has happened to us. But God is clear about his stance. He hates abuse. He hates exploitation and violation of his children. He hates the manipulation and abuse of power, and he confronts it for what it is. His heart is to protect and care for the vulnerable. His heart is to bring clarity and release shame. In my situation, confronting abuse brought clarity to me. It helped me to understand what I went through and lift the shame off of me. It showed me that I wasn't responsible for disrupting my family and my friends' lives, but the abuser was. And calling it out for what it was did disrupt my life and my family and friends' lives. But calling it out wasn't the issue. The abuse was. Confronting abuse wasn't an easy overnight process, and in some ways it did bring more pain. But overall, it brought light to a situation that I was carrying alone. It allowed proper accountability to happen, and there was clarity between right and wrong. There was clarity between who should be held accountable and who was in the vulnerable position. So much of the shame came from carrying around someone else's sin and secret. When it was brought to light, I realized that I not only had a community to help me heal, but I no longer had to hold on to the shame of someone else's wrongful actions. Treating someone who comes forward as a problem is wrong. The sin and the abuse is what is wrong and what needs to be confronted. The majority of victims never come forward. They're worried about many of the things I was worried about, and they're afraid that if they do choose to come forward, they won't be believed, or even worse, they might be believed and still disregarded. My hope is that each of us can help the church become a place of clarity regarding abuse, that we can be a safe place and represent God's heart towards the vulnerable.
Yes, we really do want to be clear about the church's responsibility toward people who have been abused. We must care for them. We have to pay attention to verses 1, 2, and 3 of Luke 17 before we just jump to insisting that they move to verse 4. I love what Diane Langberg says in her book, Redeeming Power. She says, the majority of abusers and their supporters have consistently used theological teachings to cover up abuse or excuse it or return the victim to the abuser. And then Boz Chavidian, he says this, an abusive theology of forgiveness. Think about that. An abusive theology of forgiveness can be one of the most damaging spiritual wounds inflicted upon abuse survivors, as it is a tactic often used by offenders and church leaders to protect themselves as they coerce the survivor to forgive and reconcile. We need to get this command by Jesus to forgive people who have hurt us in perspective. We need to look at verses 1 and 2 of Luke 17. So let's read those again. Jesus said to his disciples, things that cause people to stumble are bound to come, but woe to anyone through whom they come. It would be better for them to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around their neck than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. In other words, Jesus is putting the onus on the abuser, and he's saying straightforwardly, it would be better for you to drown than to hurt one of these little ones. It would be better for you to drown than to cause someone to lose their faith in God. This is extremely serious. And I think part of our problem in much of the church world today is that we do not have a good concept of God's wrath towards sin. That's right. I think we've kind of moved away from that, and maybe in some ways it's been proper that we move away from a focus on God's wrath, because a lot of traditional religion just seems to be focused on the wrath of God, the wrath of God.
Talking about?
And people in those kinds of...
Sorry. Sorry, stream. Sorry I had to deal with this idiot.
Give me an A. Give me an N. Give me an A. Give me an L. No. That's not an L. Me making a comparable joke. My matches. r/Tinder. Matthew's 22. Now that Game of Thrones is over, I could be the biggest disappointment in your life. But that's what you call a funny joke. Matching 4 girls on Bumble. None of them talk to me within 24 hours. Doodlebop is 21 and he says,
Let's go.
Oh, I know. I love Noodle Bob.
So when you sleep in my bed, it'll feel just like home. That's good. I like that. Imagine oil on 5:39.
Guaranteed.
Send crude.
Send the Cruise. Oh my god, not that movie. It's so good. Why do you want them to send that one? It was too good to be sent to you, man.
Okay, at what age did you get physical for the first time? My mom would beat me since I was 3, and my father started beating me at age 5. Oh.
Not that
Get any crappy pickup lines about roll? LOL, no. Why do we kind of feel like that's the easiest to do with your name? Why? You just told me the Arab was something to bring Alexandria to its knees.
As a history lover, thank you so much for this. Like, yes, 10 out of 10, 5 stars on you.
Oh, no, boys, gotta step up, game up.
Here for a good time, not for a long time. Sometimes. I love partying, clubbing, and raving.
You guys need to stop.
Getting your pickup lines from Reddit. I've gotten the exact same one 6 times this week. Why?
Hey, Dom in there.
Again,
I can already see some improvement in your budgets.
This is the second Tinder video in a row where someone tried to censor a username or it forgot the report option shows their name. Good job, Scotty. Welcome back to dummy school.
I love Dummy School.
I'm the smoothest man to ever live.
I really just walked right into that one, didn't I?
I like to think I led you there.
Whatever works. Have your smooth skills land you any luck on this app?
If by luck you mean a girlfriend, then no. If by luck you mean smashing,
Also no.
also no. Samantha 25.
Yeah.
About Samantha. I like it rough. Yeah, I could see that. Did you smash Godzilla? What'd you think?
Did she smash the Hulk?
Sasha's 22.
You can delete me on Facebook. You can unfollow me on Twitter. You can delete my number, but you can never unlick my butthole.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Are you a shark? Because I got some swimmers for you to swallow.
The likelihood of a shark attack is 1 in 3,748,067. So I think your chances here are slim.
Sim is 22.
No, you don't have to do the man like that and then upload
Yeah,
it.
I do, man. I'm posing with a snowman on my profile.
Exactly. Is that snow guy your ex, by the way? She looked like a hot piece of butt. Yeah, she was too cold for me. Cheated on me with the snowman from across the road. I found a carrot on her bedside table and it wasn't hers. Jesus, I am so sorry. We had a similar thing happen when I dated Skip. Came home, went over the trail of hay leading up to the bedroom. Nothing but a couple of sticks and a sunhead on the pillows. Dang. I bet that was the last straw for you guys. I was gonna Scarecrow. Was a jerk when he was out standing in his field.
Nice.
Yeah.
That ever worked for you? First time I've ever said it, to be honest. Maybe try again then. So, want a screw? Why do surfers eat cold food? What do you mean? We eat around the best surfing conditions, but when it gets dark, we cook up an awesome hot meal. I usually cook up a big breakfast after I surf in the morning also. Because they don't like microwaves? That's true. We don't. Oh my
god, he didn't get the
we haven't
joke.
talked in forever. Okay, so what's the rest of the pickup line? Oh, wait, what? Oh my god, please don't tell me you actually know me and I just said that crap. Let's see how long we can ride this out, boys. I've never met this girl. Me, ugly AF, way out of my league girl. Super light. It must be backwards day, because you're a gem. That's actually a good pickup line. Now kiss. What are you doing tomorrow?
Now, make
Hang out
out.
with you, I think. I don't remember seeing that on my schedule. Oh, never mind then. What's on your schedule tomorrow then? Whack it, whack it, whack it, whack it, whack it.
Kate, 26, 46 miles away. Just on here to let my boyfriend Zach, 29, know that he's using this, even though we bought a house 8 months ago. Okay, well, I don't wish that was me. I can confidently say that. Next up, we've got
Is that you, Zach?
University. Don't buy Colgate whitening toothpaste. It says guaranteed whiteness in 14 days. It's been 2 weeks and I'm still Asian. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. You should consider suing. So I went to
Yeah,
my
man,
doctor,
come
and
on.
he told me I'm deficient in vitamin U. Slow claps. Do you want a vitamin C next, or I can give you the vitamin B? I'm not sure if I want a vitamin B with you. Yeah, okay, well, looks like I'm on a lucky break here because I don't wish that was me either. Rip. No way, I'm Russian too. I could tell. The Russian to get your clothes off. And never Stalin to put in. We should roleplay Donald Trump and the Russians, but instead of playing with the elections, you could play with my erections.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, good thinking. I actually have to be able to hold the conversation. Same. I'm testing it. Usually the result is positive. Good. They usually start with, I have some bad news, so I'm not sure if it's good. Huh? Oh, oops. Was that an r/whoosh? Please don't post this to 7 Karma. Karen took the kids and my dignity is all I have left. And then I posted it anyway. Absolutely brutal. So what made you swipe? A self-destructive need to ruin every conversation I have with a woman. Oh, okay. Hey, you should play me a song. Beth, what song do you want to hear? I know a lot of Led Zeppelin, but if you give me a song, I can learn it for you. Alright, go. Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. I can do that too. Garfunkel, what a... Garfunkel, that's a strange name. I didn't realize I was going to make that song. Yeah. How good are you at Scrabble? I get excited when I get Z's and Q's. I've always thought the scoring felt a bit off to the H. Interesting. Elaborate. I mean, if you want, there's probably more interesting things to talk about anyway. Well, the way I see it, Nina, by the way, that's your name, just by the way, setting up. There's no way the correct value of Nina is 4. I'd say it's at least a solid 10. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can spell both renal. Wait, what? Renal. Is that a word? What does renal mean? Hopefully help Google. Relating to the kidneys, okay. I can spell both renal and learn. Be rearranging. Well, you can't spell the word by. How about that one? Be rearranging the letters in your name, but only after I take you out. That's some intelligent crap. My name could use a D if you want to give it. There are a lot of D jokes in this one.
Lauren.
If I gave you a D, I could make a Launder or Lurdan. Lurdan refers to a lazy individual, something I am not in the bedroom. Lurdan sounds like laundry, which is clean, which is also something I am not in the bedroom. Alright, you got 3 options. A, a dad joke. B, a dirty joke. C, RPG adventure. A and C, lol. Alright, here we go. Generating world.
Oh, I love this version of Minecraft.
With no memory of how you got there or who you are. On one end, you see a faint light. Next to you is a path. On the other end is just pitch black. A, go towards the light. B, open the path. C, go into the dark. B, now open the pack. You crawl over the pack and unfasten it. Opening it, you find a length of rope, a rusty flashlight, and a torn picture. There's a female on the whole side. Is that you? The other side seems like it had another person, but you don't find the missing piece in the bag. And now do you A, go down the light side of the tunnel, or B, go down the dark side of the tunnel? I'll pick A, the light side. You slowly make your way towards the light. You feel it getting warmer as you do. The tunnel begins to widen until you reach the exit, and you find yourself standing on a ledge in the cavern. To either side, you see stalagmites, and in front of you, a cliff. You see two falls, one made of water, and the other lava. And now you, A, look down below the cliff, B, look around the ledge, or C, go back. I'll pick A, look down below the cliff. You move to the edge. Below you is a pool with water on one side and lava on the other. In the center, where they meet, there seems to be a path where the water cools the lava. It looks to be about 20 feet below you. You A, check roleplay, or B, look around ledge, or C, go back. B, look around ledge. You search around the ledge and find a pathway behind the stalagmite that leads behind the lava fall. You A, check roleplay, B, go behind lava fall, or C, go back. B, go behind lava fall. This is fun. You climb through the rocks and walk down the path. The closer you get to the lava, the hotter it becomes. Once behind the fall, you feel the blistering heat and see a large dark door against the
Son of a...
You also see a dark object just within the lava fall. You A, inspect the door, B, inspect the lava fall, or C, go back. I'm glad you're liking it. I'll pick B, inspect the lava fall. You get closer to the fall, shielding yourself from the heat. It seems like if you had something to cover your hand, you could grab whatever the object is and pull it out. Do you A, wrap the rope around your hand and try to grab it? B, inspect the door, or C, go back. I'll pick A, try to grab it. Wrapping the rope tightly around your hand and plunging it into the lava, you feel extreme heat, and then something solid. You quickly grab hold and yank it out. The rope bursts into flames as you rip it off. The object, now in your hand, is surprisingly cool to the touch. It looks like a small grill, eh?
Your winner by KO.
Hi, Mom. Been a while. Iris and I finally got a place up in Central City. You would have loved it. And you know, The Flash, they want to make a museum. Couldn't believe it myself. I can't believe it's been 15 years since I lost you. 15 years and still no closer to finding the one responsible for your murder. But I promise, Mom, I will find them. Wherever they are. I promised you.
Oh, mother and son. How touching.
The Reverse Flash. What are you doing here?
Ah, simple-minded Barry. So quick and yet so slow, just the same. Have you not realized it yet?
Realized what? What are you talking about?
Really now? Your arch nemesis is a time traveler, and you've yet to put two and two together? Think, Barry, think.
What are you babbling about? No. You... No.
You figured it out, have you? It was me, Barry. I was the one who expired your milk.
What?
You weren't looking. I snuck into your apartment and stole the perishables from your kitchen. Then I swapped all of the perishables with the same ones from a week in the past, causing you to have to restock. You believed it to be a simple mistake, but it was me all along.
Okay, wait, hold on. That was it? I mean, I thought you were going to say, I mean, if the food traveled through time, then wouldn't it not actually have expired yet?
Well, if I went from you. Huh.
Well, hey, you know, it's still pretty diabolical in its own way. I'm just relieved, all right? Because honestly, I thought you...
That would impact your life for years to come.
What are you saying, Dawn?
Oh, Barry. Unsuspecting Barry. Did you really think I came all the way here to tell you that? You think I would stop at something so trivial as that when you and I both know what I'm capable of?
No, you didn't. You bastard!
How does it feel, Barry, to know that I forever changed the trajectory of your life? That it was I who ruined your credit?
God damn it, Dawn!
Yes, Barry, it was I. I was the one taking your bills and delivering them a week late, slowly decreasing your credit score until now it is suboptimal. I hope you didn't plan to buy a home in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Okay, you got me. That one was definitely, a bit worse, but Don, for a time traveler, you have really poor fucking timing, all right? This is just... I keep thinking you're gonna tell me that
Tell you
you're
what?
right.
Oh, you finally realized, have you, Barry? You finally realized that it was I who killed your... What? Did you just ask if I killed your...
Did you or did you not?
No! God! You really thought I'd do something like that?
I mean, kind of. I'm standing with my mom's tombstone. You keep coming at me telling me you've done all these terrible things.
Jeez,
Time
Barry,
travel.
No, I didn't kill your... Why would you even think something like that, man?
I don't know. I'm at my mom's cemetery. You're coming at me telling me you changed my life forever. I mean, God, I thought maybe you'd see, like, killing my mom as a way to become, like, a key part of my legacy or something deranged like that, Look, man, I'm sorry I came at you like that. All the stress of, my mom being murdered 15 years ago and all that. I appreciate all the effort you've gone in screwing with me, Hey, you want this call even? Continue this way? Oh, shit.
It was me, Barry. I made them draw Lola Bunny with fewer sexual features so that you wouldn't be horny and reduce your blood flow to make you a millisecond slower. Slow enough for me to kill Iris. Remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend and you came right as she touched your leg? It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it seemed like you nutted at just a woman's touch.
What? Eh? Oh. What? I didn't. Huh. Okay then. That doesn't sound like a good thing for you to do, man. Ultimate interesting AF. Okay. I'm done now.
For 30 days money back guarantee. That's car buying reimagined only from Car.